Hello children, I welcome you all to the English class. Today we'll deal with an analytical paragraph for 10th CBSE board paper. This carries 5 marks. So let's begin. An analytical paragraph is something we have to describe or analyze a line graph or a bar graph, anything like this, a bar graph, which you have to analyze and then write a paragraph. And it should be very brief paragraph ranging from 100 to 150 words. So the first thing you have to do is read the topic very well. Given below is a line graph showing the TV viewing time of Manju over a period of 6 months of the year. So what do you understand? So let us rephrase this sentence. That will become the opening line of the analytical paragraph. The analytical paragraph has 4 parts. The first thing, this is a technique that you can use. Opening line, that you can rephrase the question and write. What is rephrasing? Rephrasing is nothing but writing what the information is given in the question once again in a different manner. That's called the opening line or the rephrase of what the graph is about. Next is you compare the highest and the lowest. Third one is the comparison and fourth one is the conclusion. So let's look at the question. Here, which things we cannot change? It's a line graph, so we cannot write it's a bar graph or it's a passage. And TV viewing of Manju, we are talking about Manju, and 6 months of the year. So the graph contains how many months? January, February, March, April, May, June on x-axis, and the timing in the y-axis. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. And on the basis of the information provided in the line graph below, above, write an analytical paragraph on Manju's TV viewing habits. Sign yourself as Ravi or Ravina. So I'm being a girl, I'll take up Ravina. So we are writing on a particular person, Manju. What is her habit of seeing TV on daily basis for these 6 months? That is the analysis that we are going to take. If you look at the line graph, how to read, how to understand. The first thing you use is opening line. So let us go to the opening line. Here I'll write the line graph represents or indicates. The line graph represents the daily time spent watching TV by Manju over a period of 6 months. So the same thing I am rephrasing. The same thing I am writing in a different way. That will become your first topic sentence. That is your opening line. See children, for your better understanding, I have marked in orange. The line graph. We'll come to it later. First, let us understand. So the second thing is we have to see the highest and the lowest. Here, how to read it. In the month of January, the TV viewing by Manju was 40 minutes because it's in minutes. February, it is 30 minutes. And in March, it is only 10 minutes. And in April, it went to 20 minutes. May, there's a drastic, increase to 50 minutes. And then in June, it came to 60 minutes. That is equal to 1 hour, isn't it? So, which is the longest time viewing month? June, we know that. June, it is 60 minutes. And which is the lowest month? Of course, it's March, because it's only 10 minutes. She was viewing TV or watching television only for 10 minutes in the month of March. but other months it has been increasing and decreasing and increasing. So this line, what does it shows? Now we have seen the highest and the lowest. Now the second comparison, the highest and the lowest will come in the first paragraph. Okay, that will come in the first paragraph. Then the next change I am doing is in the month of April. Now in the month of April, what did she do? From comparing to March, she just increased 10 minutes a day in April, isn't it? But what happened in May? From 10, 20, 30 minutes there was a drastic increase. So I am comparing these two right now. Let me write it. This is the longest and this is the shortest. First passage I will be writing that. The second comparison I am making of April and May. So this is first one, the first paragraph is the opening paragraph. This is the second paragraph, and third paragraph I am seeing this here. In April it increased 10 minutes and in May it increased for 30 minutes. So that I am highlighting in the third paragraph. Next, fourth paragraph, what I am going to say is the reduced time. I am going to the other side, January and February, which I have not spoken. So here what do I see? See, in January she was seeing for till 40 minutes, but in February something happened. She dropped, isn't it? She dropped by 10 minutes. Maybe if she is watching a serial for 40 minutes, the next month she was able to see only till 30 minutes. 10 minutes she was unable to see. Maybe she was busy in her work or writing. So there's a drop. So here 10 minutes drop is there, but here there is a hike of 10 minutes, isn't it? So this one I am taking as fourth paragraph. Okay, all right. So almost I have touched. Only this important information I have taken. Only this is left out, but everything others I have covered. So the longest and the shortest. Then I have compared here it is 10 minutes increase, here it is 30 minutes increase in the month of May. And then I have compared here 10 minutes drop, opposite to that 10 minutes hike. And at last, what do you have a general conclusion? How do you make conclusion? Conclusion means you have to write a sentence which you in general as a whole. See here, there is a growth and again it came down and again it grew. So her time of watching TV has gradually decreased in the mid of the 6 months. So you can write what conclusion you can say. Manju's screen time gradually increased by the mid of the 6 months. In another way, if you want to write, you can add the conclusion as she began the beginning of the year, she started watching television and it fell drastically down in the mid of the year of the 6 months, but still it was recently rising. So that also can be a conclusion. Conclusion is a nutshell, totally you have to see. So once again I am telling, the first thing is the opening paragraph that you have to just write as it is from the question. That will show what the paragraph is about, whether it is a line graph about Manju, about 6 months, and it is on television viewing. So we get an idea what is about. That is the opening line. Then you see for the highest and the lowest. And third paragraph, you compare one or two paragraphs. lines. And fourthly, you conclude. Conclude is the whole thing. Got it? Okay, let me read the passage for you. See, this is the first opening line, and this is the highest and the lowest, and this is a comparison that I have made, and this is the conclusion. So let me read it for you. The line graph represents the daily time spent watching television by Manju for over a period of 6 months of the year. Second one, Manju watched television for the longest time in June for 60 minutes, while shortest screen time was 10 minutes in March. Though she slightly exceeded 10 minutes a day in April. In April, she exceeded 10 minutes a day, but extra screen time of 30 minutes shot up in the next month. Here, she rose to 30 minutes. See how I am using, instead of watching TV, I am using screen time. These are the different things, different ways you can write. Next, she reduced the time spent viewing TV for 10 minutes from January to February. From January to February, there was a drop. However, यहाँ तो drop हुआ, but however there was an increase. However, the same amount of time, that is the 10 minutes, spiked high from May to June. That is May to June, there was an increase of 10 minutes, which is from 50 minutes to 60 minutes, that almost 1 hour. So in a nutshell, the conclusion, Manju's screen time has been drastically rising by the mid of the 6 months of TV viewing. So drastically it was high and high and high and high by the mid of the 6 months of her TV viewing. I think this you should have understood it very clearly. So these things you have to keep in your mind. And then analytical paragraph, if you have a strategy, within 10 to 15 minutes, within 10 minutes, 2-3 minutes you can take to analyze and make points, and within 10 minutes you can write an analytical paragraph. Okay, thank you so much.